Friday night's results lay out the carpet for a match of utmost importance in Nebraska. This one presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. It's Union Omaha and Forward Madison FC on ESPN+. Union Omaha closed the year with 2 home games, hoping to add another in the postseason with some positive results and help elsewhere. But more imperatively, Forward Madison have the opportunity to jump into playoff position with 3 points here on the road. Welcome one and all to the broadcast. My name is Mark Schoenster. Here is a look at the standings presented by Teriyaki Madness. As you can see, with the Charlotte Independents losing the game against Chattanooga yesterday, Forward Madison can get into 8th place. They have control of their playoff destiny now. If they can just win this one and win next week, that would guarantee them a playoff spot. But of course, it's going to be very tough to do against this Union Omaha team, not only because it's at Warner Park, but also because this Owls team has been so hot as of late. Ever since Vincenzo Candela took over, they started to find a groove, and then they haven't let go. You ask any of the coaches around the league, and all of them have utmost respect for the players on this roster and also for the form they are in right now. They've adapted to the new coach, and they are thriving under his tutelage, and they are firing on all cylinders. And one of those players who is looking oh so great is Sergio Ors Navarro. Look, when things go well, the water rises, it raises all the boats, but Sergio Ors Navarro has been one of the bigger boats to really thrive in the success they've had this season. The rookie coming out of West Virginia University has really started to click. He's finding the back of the net. He's a threat out wide on both sides, so you're gonna have to be careful and look out for him on either end. Meanwhile, for Forward Madison, as of late, they've started to make a push. The conversation just about a month or two ago was not about if Forward Madison would make the playoffs because, quite frankly, they weren't in that conversation. But they have now strung some wins together, and Derek Gebhardt in particular has started to step up. And Matt Glazer really likes where his team is at. They have shown so much courage and resilience and adaptability this season. And as I mentioned, Derek Gebhardt, the pinnacle of that versatility, a player who's been plugged into so many different positions during his time with the Mingos, and he's a longtime man with the franchise. Now he's up top, he's making runs at the defenders, and he is playing with some confidence. And look, 11 goals, nothing to turn your nose up at. They'll be looking for him to make some of those long runs against this Owls defense. But who will find the result in this one? A lot of eyes in the league are going to be tuned in. It's the Battle of the Birds. Forward Madison and Union Omaha are coming up next on ESPN+.
Subject: Dion Akoff. Height: 5'9". Classification: the MLS Killer. Identifiers: a full beard, lots of tattoos, and the number 26 stitched across his back. Nickname: the greatest of all time. Risk level: extreme. Containment: ineffective. Movement pattern: unknown. Final advisory: he's right behind you.
From windy Werner Park, it's Union Omaha and Forward Madison in the penultimate weekend of the USL League One season, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. We're here on ESPN Plus. My name is Mark Schoenster. Let's take a look at the starting lineups before we get to kickoff. First up, for the home side Owls, they have got a strong midfield regiment in this game. From Sergio Ors Navarro and Prosper Kasim out wide to Schneider, Betcher, and Knapp in the middle. They will all be critical in the build-up going forward, and they'll be looking to not only create opportunities themselves, but to serve up Stefano Pino. Meanwhile, for the Mingos, coming off a great win against Chattanooga, Derek Gebhardt, Luca Dorado, both scoring in that game. Worth mentioning these lineups brought to you by Rotella's Bakery. And these are two teams that are now very well established in what they want to do and how they aim to achieve it. This Mingos team, of course, will have to adapt to the Werner Park pitch. Always such a tough venue to play. It'll be Union Omaha in the black kits going right to left. It's the pink for the Mingos. The Birds take flight in a crucial battle. Los Bujos and the Mingos are ready to rumble. Our head official for this evening's match, Dion Cox. Officiating crew in the blue here. Cannot wait to see how this one unfurls, and we will keep you up to date with the League One matches happening elsewhere, as FC Naples and Spokane Velocity are duking it out in a game that is of importance to Omaha. And then Greenville Triumph, South Georgia Tormenta will also be battling. Greenville trying to keep up in the playoff race. Meanwhile, Tormenta also, of course, in a very good spot as far as the playoffs are concerned, a little bit above the rest of the pack, trying to clinch up and seal their spot in the USL League One playoffs. 5 teams have clinched, including the Owls. There are still 3 spots to be attained. Portland Hearts at Pine tying with Westchester just moments ago, a 2-2 draw, which is good for Union Omaha because right now the Owls, now that they've clinched a playoff spot, are now trying to see if they can jump up to 4th, get another home game. Sergio Ors Navarro juggling, tap it back out. The Owls will endeavor to make their statement at home against a great Mingo side that's in a great run of form, much like these Owls are. The Owls in a more extended stretch of good fortunes. Two units, though, that have a lot of respect for what the other has to offer, especially between the two coaches. So the Owls win the ball back here, and although Union Omaha haven't been bested in a good while, they are coming off a 0-0 draw on the road against the Greenville Triumph, a game that they're kind of kicking themselves they couldn't get 3 points out of. It was a game where both teams had some chances, but neither could put it away, and there was some tight mayhem at the end. It was a bit of a slow start for Vincenzo Candella's crew, and they were surprised just by how much slower the pitch played that time as opposed to when they met Greenville at the same location earlier in the season. So they had to adjust, withstand some of the early throws and punches that Greenville were tossing their way. And the issue, though, for them in that match, Coach Candela said that they just didn't have a ton of clarity in the final third. Now the Mingos will have their first foray forward. That one ends up going behind Devin Boyce, and it's a short-lived tenure in the attacking third. After a look at the visiting manager, Matt Glazer, coming off a 2-1 victory at home against the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Always a huge result. You can knock off Scott McKenzie's side. Vincenzo Candela, former League One man himself, just demonstrated why he was able to play professionally with a great touch along the sideline there. Certainly don't lose the skills after you retire. Sergio Ors Navarro keeps it in bounds. Ors Navarro across the middle, and it deflects out for a corner kick. A cutting ball going towards the penalty marker. And Timmy Mel was doing all he could just to make sure he didn't redirect it to goal. Wallace Lapsley for a moment thought about coming out and getting to that ball, but it did stay right along the border of the penalty area. That would have been quite a distance for him to travel. As we get our first corner kick of the day, brought to you by Modelo. Here's the service. And it goes through, but nobody can knot it home. Wallace Lapsley couldn't reach it. And as a goalkeeper, when you go up to punch the ball, if you don't get it, you're holding your breath on the other end of it. Here's another Modelo corner kick. Signal has been made. Now can they execute? It's played short, it's down on the ground! Still in the area, now cleared away. That one sliding so dangerously across the 6. Two teasing corner kicks. Oh, Ryan Betcher. I wish he had connected with that one nicely. Unmarked on the right-hand side. But they'll keep on plugging. Some tight passing. Something you have to do here at Warner Park. A little more narrow the pitch. Just a huge opportunity going to the wayside. But if you see there, Derek Gebhardt may have had his arm knock it down. That's close. It's a hard one to spot as the game is playing live, but shout out to our replay operator for peeking that one out. Could be an opportunity to toss something dangerous into the penalty area here. Timmy Mel will trot all the way over. See 3 pink jerseys in the box right now. Mel launches it in. Dion Akoff does well. Gebhardt nods it along. Launching attempt towards goal, glances out, and now it'll be a Madison corner kick. Some early questions being fired here for both sides. Both looking to maintain their good form, and each of them has some pretty significant goals in mind. Devin Boyce looking to put in something nice here. Owusu able to handle that one. But now can they get out of their own end, Union Omaha? One thing that's going to be important in this game for the Mingos, and it's something that they were able to do against Chattanooga. Matt Glazer was telling me that they were able to stick to the game plan, and that's something that has been consistent about them recently. The guys have done a good job of taking in info and executing each individual matchup and how they're tweaking their approach for each individual opponent. Focused on breaking down Chattanooga's low block that they love to sit in and do so well in holding teams. They don't break easily. Akoff rolling it back for Kasim. Gonna score a goal in that one, and that's gonna take some pressure off, and that's a big thing that Madison were struggling early in the year. scoring goals, and look at that. I mean, it is whipping in Papillion right now. And the Battle of the Birds. Flight is a little bit tricky. Getting about sub 60 degrees temperature here. Whistle fired before the shot was taken. These are two of the teams, though, that are more accustomed to the cold weather as far as their local conditions are concerned. This is definitely not one of the southern teams being involved here, so as the digits continue to go down with each passing week, these are two units that'll be more adjusted to it. Of course, you have to get over the hot summers that these two locations still get. But it's not like this is a first-time occurrence for either of them. Jason Ramos, very poised, leaves it for Kroll to boot up the pitch. It's headed forward. Good combination. Now it's Ors Navarro. And the whistle sounds. Jason Ramos knocked down. It's excellent defending. Gets between the player and the ball. Let's look at it again here. Does just enough to step in there on Ors Navarro, and then he tumbles him over. Jason Ramos, brought in the middle of the season, has had some big shoes to fill with Mitch Osman absent. But he has stepped in and done a fantastic job. That's such a hard role to have to plug into, especially if you weren't on the team at the beginning of the year. Because Mitch Osman is obviously such a key leader on this team, as well as being that center point on the defensive end. So certainly lots of kudos need to be levied his way. Testy interactions happening here. Player down for the Mingos. Head official will need to make sure the piece is maintained. You know the intensity is going to be high today. Appeals from Villadere, and a card has been issued. Prosper Kasim goes into the books and is still continuing to have some heated conversation. It's his second yellow card in league play this season. So Kasim will need to be tentative about his challenges for the rest of this match. Macias combines with Murphy, who will play it back to Ramos. Let's see how Wallace Lapsley does with the ball at his feet, and he'll immediately play it forward. No waiting around. Villadere, the former Owl, part of that first championship winning team for Union Omaha. Owls team that feels pretty good about where they're at right now, and why wouldn't they? Vincenzo Candela telling me, though, that they'll never be content with the day-to-day. That's been their message all season, is to take it game by game, and after what could be Suggested as a disappointing result last time out against Greenville, though a clean sheet on the road is never something to be too critical about. They know there's a higher standard there and they have to perform at it at home. That was the message I was getting. Is now the Mingos swing across in and it's caught by Nuhu. Rashid Nuhu getting his hands on the ball. He's been in his fair share of bouts with forward Madison. Akoff. Driving it forward, Dion Akoff, he's so explosive. Feeds it to Kasim, it slips through. Wind up shot over the crossbar. Charlie Ostrom maybe had too much time to think about it. Ostrom, so important to so many goals this season, though he hasn't scored any himself, but 9 assists. Had the chance to be on the other end of it for once. And look, it is a tough challenge to get it through all those bodies, but if you could keep it down and launch it into the crowd, you never know where that one might glance to. It's a good challenge on the other end, keeping Madison from breaking forward quickly. Ramos rolls it out to Boyce. Devin Boyce, just his 12th start of the season, so glad to get him back into good form, especially here in this final push. And if you are so fortunate to make the playoffs, then you want players like Devin Boyce feeling confident. Because boy, when he is clicking, he is electric, and he's another player who, like Damia Viader, was part of that original championship winning team for Union Omaha. Nico Brown holding things up nicely there. And the Mingos push forward once again. Shot skipping towards goal, and Rashid Nuhu keeps it in bounds. So another stop for the Ghanaian goalkeeper. The USL on the CBS Sports Network closes out October with a championship Western Conference showdown. Playoff-bound New Mexico United take on Oakland Roots SC Sunday, October 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Akoff rolling along the right touchline. Plays it into the middle. Schneider whips in the cross. Can Ostrom keep it in bounds? No, he cannot. So goal kick incoming. Early on in this one, lots to describe and talk about. Both teams hungry to find all 3 points. Yeah, this is definitely a day for the Blankets. Wrap yourself up, break the wind coming your way. Stay nice and cozy for some USL League One footy. I mentioned the adaptability of this Madison team, both for the new players like Jason Ramos stepping in and being ready to go, and for also the old players who've been here since the beginning of the season. And obviously, the way this season has gone is not exactly how they anticipated it. And look, Matt Glazer runs a tight ship. And he sets some pretty clear expectations year after year. And then you have the amount of injury turnover that they've had. And you have to go off the plan a little bit, bringing in players that maybe, obviously, you weren't intending to pick up during the season because you had to. And although they've pretty much plugged and played, bringing in guys to fill in those gaps where they've needed them. So most of the players on the team, at least who have been here from the start, haven't had to move positionally or change their roles too much, with the glaring exception of Derek Gebhardt, whom that's actually worked out really nicely for him. Usually playing further back, but now being put at the top of the formation, doing some serious damage. But the thing that's been very impressive about the players who have stuck around and are now having to play with some new teammates as the season's gone along is that they've maintained a standard and they've stayed tight-knit, which you never know what's gonna happen, especially when you don't have that preseason to bond with guys. They're getting brought in middle of the year, and it could be a very real possibility that you're just not clicking on a personal level with some of the new players. They've kept it tight, and look, you don't have the kind of response here late in the season when things are looking dire without some players having some chemistry, both on and off the pitch. So it's certainly been special to see this Madison team resurge. Can they keep it up, though, especially in such a harsh environment such as Werner Park? Cias plays it forward for Gebhardt. Now Nico Brown lofts this one in over top of Dorado. We have another chance here, though, via Dare. Leave it to his left. Poked inside. Viadere tried to launch it into the penalty area. Instead, it duds off of Prosper Kasim. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish-language sports network. Charleston Battery take on Birmingham Legion FC on Saturday, October 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern on 2DN. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Both of these coaches, a lot of nice things to say about the team they were going up against. Vincenzo Candela, when talking about Madison, he said, well, look, they struggled to score early in the year, and now they have some prowess with Dorado and Gebhardt testing back lines. And then pretty much went piece for piece as far as the elements this Madison team brings, from the mobile midfield that can move the ball around quickly to just how good the back line is. He said, there's a reason I'm bringing up every single element. It's because they're a complete team. And on top of that, they've got a great coach in Matt Glazer who studies the game well and always gives Union Omaha some tough battles. Vincenzo Candela, of course, having been here last season and for a chunk of this season on the coaching staff before stepping in as the head man. And while on the other side, Matt Glazer was very complimentary about the work Candela's done since he's had the big job, and he thinks that this is an Omaha team that they've got some great players who can play in so many different ways, and they've shown that adaptability. It's a very ball-centric, expansive team that likes to play out of the back. Just lots of respect all around. Know that they're going to have their hands full to get a good result here this evening. And speaking of results, two other games happening right now, and Tormenta have taken a 1-0 lead against the Greenville Triumph. Bazzini getting on the scoreboard. Rolling ball sputtering inside. Ramos will knock it away. Each of these three games taking place right now have some very serious implications. Laxley catches that one. First off, If that result holds, South Georgia Tormenta would get up to 42 points, which it'd be tough for them to get to that 4th seed spot, and for Omaha to be worried about them in that race, of course. There could be some seeding issues and discussions should the Owls not be fighting for that 4th seed on the final weekend of the season. But more importantly in that game, the Greenville Triumph, they need 3 points. And if they don't get it, it's curtains on the 2025 season. Which would mean one less contender for Forward Madison for that final playoff spot. Also, South Georgia Tormenta trying to lock up a playoff position, and they'll basically do that if they can hold on to this 1-0 lead. Of course, there's still so much time to be had. That's another situation where a coach has taken over in the middle of the season, Mark McKeever. Coleman will roll it over to Ostrom. Ostrom has it back before feeding Samuel Owusu. The Owls trying to enjoy some of the ball here. It's been pretty intense going back and forth. Neither side very cautious. They're going to be aggressive. They're doing everything they can to break through and find an early goal in this one. Nothing cagey about it. Rolling service into the middle. Ors Navarro got a piece of it, but Wallace Lapsey once again ready for the task. That's a dangerous service in the middle. Lapsey able to scoop it up. His 10th start of the season. What an exciting season it's been in USL League One. It looks like the drama is going to come down to the final weekend of the season with how the results are shaping up in many different conversations. From the Player Shield to who will be in the playoffs, who will be hosting playoff games. Ball whipped inside, headed down off the post! The Owls just margins off. It was nearly an opener for Pino. He had some room behind, made some contact. He bested Lapsley, but couldn't quite sneak that one by the woodwork. Huge sigh of relief for the Mingos. And I wouldn't call it a wake-up call because both teams have been testing going forward, but you take that one and you gotta fire something in response. The Owls are getting closer and closer, and that's about as close as you can get. Boyce out to Viadair. Inside for Devin Boyce, but instead the Owls are able to suffocate. Betcher running forward. couldn't cleanly bring that one in, so it bounces to Lapsley. Whistle sounds, and it'll be a free kick for the Mingos. Talking about just how competitive the league has been this year, and you look up and down the standings, and you just have to marvel at all of the wonderful clubs and the cultures that they've developed over these years. And talking to Vincenzo Candela, a guy who's been in both positions now as a player in the league and as a coach now in the league, he's seen quite a bit of growth in USL League One here, and still its early stages as a league. I mean, got going in 2019, and now a handful of years later, and there's just such a strong foundation here with so many of these clubs. These two in particular, very good representatives of USL League One. Fan cultures, the success that these two teams have been able to reach. Kasim working his way inside. Good defensive work from Kroll, and Murphy boots it away. Schneider roll it back to Akoff. Now he'll swerve inside. Akoff always looking to test. Ostrom puts one up in the air, and it's caught by Lapsley. I'll put a bow on that conversation of the league's growth. Vincenzo Candela telling me that over the years, he's seen these communities come together, and the professional standard of these clubs has only gotten higher and higher. The demand for investment in coaching, the players, and the facilities has gotten better. And he, just like the rest of us, is looking forward to seeing it continue. And expanding and showing more of these communities in the country the beautiful game. And head contact, well, issue a quick stop to play, and trainers to get out and assess the situation. Murphy and Ors Navarro colliding there. Sergio Ors Navarro back up on his feet. John Murphy still being tended to after that airborne clash. Omaha host Forward Madison. It's the penultimate game for both of these teams in the regular season. Omaha will have both this game and the next game at home. Madison on the road to close out the year. And, well, they'll be on the road for the rest of the year, most likely, of course, unless some pretty wild things happen in the playoffs, if they make the playoffs. And the Mingos are in a rush to try to beat the buzzer and make the postseason. 3 straight wins, and with the loss from Charlotte Independence last night, the window has opened for them to control their own destiny. If they can find 3 points here, they could hop the Jacks, and then it will be all up to them the final weekend of the season. Something that could not be said as of this time yesterday. They needed something to go their way, and they've gotten that. Can they take advantage of that factor when you have such a tall order in Union Omaha, who have now had a couple of chances in this match to get a 1-0 lead at home? They're hungry to try to get to that 4th place spot. FC Naples and Spokane Velocity still 0-0 as this one's carried forward, then booted away. Macias goes down. Play will continue. Ostrom feeds it inside. Now it'll be rolled back. And now the whistle will be sounded. That was actually Dorado who went to ground. Look at Dorado. Still on the grass and can't believe the words that are being told to him. I'm sure he wanted a foul. He's not going to get that. It was just for consideration that the ref blew his whistle and halted play for a moment. Would stay with Union Omaha though once things resume. Nuhu. Well, that was scary for a moment, but he did well. He made the bed, but he did a good job of lying in it and avoiding disaster. Schneider. He's dummied out wide to Akoff. Dion Akoff turning on the Jets. Lifts the ball up into the air for Ostrom. He turns it towards goal and it's caught by Lapsley. Here's a look at this opportunity one more time. Akoff. It was a teasing ball, ended up getting a bounce, and then Ostrom tried to connect with it. Lapsley able to claim it. And then on the other side, Rashid Nuhu. Oof. A close encounter, but the veteran is composed. To Tiana Akoff, and now he'll run along the touchline. Schneider, some room to step forward. Same in Brandon Knapp, holding it down in the midfield on the defensive responsibilities. Still Dion Akoff. Another cross sent inside, and it's easy to catch for Lapsley. Wallace Lapsley has handled everything that has directly come on goal so far. Two scares that will end up being registered as shots off target, but look, you can't put it on frame. That's not something for Lapsley to deal with. Gebhard wins it for the Mingos. Derek Gebhard rolls it to his left. Dorado now steps inside. Luca Dorado. There's an intervention. And now the Owls surging the other direction. Oris Navarro. The pass is offside for Pino. That one was tight. And you know that the partisan parliament will be giving their opinions. In the midst of making sure you stay cuddled up with your blankets. It'll also keep you warm if you got a little heated, and shout out what you think of the offside call. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL League One. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. It's going to be another corner kick. So although both teams have had their share of forays into the attacking half, into the attacking third in particular, Union Omaha certainly had the larger sum and have been the team much closer to taking the advantage here as we get another Modelo corner kick with the wind whipping towards goal. Could cause some problems. Service stays low. Pino tried to get on it, and then a shot aired up into the sky by Owusu. Had a chance to step into that bouncing ball. Can be tough to do in tight quarters. The center back trying to strike it so purely. Play will go on here. Ref sees nothing of it. Murphy to Gebhard. He turns. Has some options to his right. Finds Devin Boyce. Boyce out to Brown. Bodies are in the box. Brown rolls it in. And that one will be called on Timmy Melt. And a free kick ensuing for Union Omaha. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. And if you're buying any tickets to Union Omaha games here going forward, make sure you're dressing appropriately. Coats, hats, we've seen tons of blankets. It's a windy night in Werner. Akoff. Bit of an icon for Union Omaha, and is seeing the rewards of that with the special giveaway this evening for Union Omaha. 1,000 Dion Akoff bobbleheads being given away to the first 1,000 fans in attendance. Can't even imagine what that's like, being someone, and suddenly now you have been a big enough of an impact in the community that people own your bobblehead. Adair settles this one down after some headers back and forths. Macias. Moments ticking away here in the first half. Still 0-0. Murphy traversing the traffic with some elegance there. I definitely hope that the coats were brought for most people here, because as you can see, some precipitation has started to come down as well. So a bit chilly, windy, wet. Late season footy here. As great as the sunny summer can be. Kroll will roll this one up the pitch as Madison to see if they can create something here before the half concludes. bump from Ors Navarro. And free kick will be awarded to Jason Smith and the Mingos. Once again, of course, the boos will rain down. And as we've been talking about all this postseason implications, there's also something for the fans to get involved in. Be sure to scan that QR code and enter the sweepstakes for the Best Western accompaniment with USL. Just a friendly reminder to you all. Chance for y'all to win some sick rewards as we celebrate what is obviously the most exciting part of the season. Macias nearly connected with Villader in a good spot, but an excellent intervention from Samuel Owusu. That one was about to scoop towards Kasim, but Jason Ramos once again knocking it away as we get another Modelo corner kick. Pino trying to curl that one in perfectly to Kasim. So, a Modelo corner kick. We're gonna get 3 more minutes added on to this first 45 minutes. Both sides have demonstrated their desire to score in this game. There has not been too much conservative approach, but the Owls certainly are the side that feel they could at this point have a 1-0 lead. Uh-oh. Matt Glazer's gonna get a yellow. Making his opinions known a little bit too aggressively, and so he will be on yellow card watch for the rest of the game, Matt Glazer. As I feel the need to reiterate, this game has so much on the line. And it's a goal! Sergio Ors Navarro scores once again! From the set piece, Union Omaha find their earned lead. They've been tossing up chances. They've come so close up to this point. And of course, number 8, who continues to benefit from this hot streak that the Owls have been on. He's been a big reason why they've been on this hot streak. And he now has 9 goals on the season. Sergio Ors Navarro knocking it home. That goal brought to you by Herdat Sports Bar and Union Omaha, whom I just moments ago said may feel a little hard done by the scoreline, now have the 1-0 lead that they've been fishing for. What a year the rookie is having. Sergio Ors Navarro. Spending 5 years at West Virginia University, where he was such a big piece of Dan Stratford's team. And now it's translated to the professional game oh so nicely for Ors Navarro. See there, yellow card being given to Marco Milanese, player on the bench. He came out onto the pitch and celebrated with Sergio Ors Navarro, which that's gonna get you in the books. Give a shout out though to Mountaineer men's soccer having another great season. If I remember correctly, they're playing this evening as well. And your halftime whistle is sounded here. Union Omaha earning the lead, and it's a lead that they deserve at this point. It took it till stoppage time, but from the boot of Max Schneider to the head of Sergio Ors Navarro, it's a 1-0 lead for Los Bujos in the Battle of the Birds. With that in mind, we have got halftime now on ESPN+, so while you're recharging, getting yourself ready for the second half of action, be sure to keep the stream on. We've got some content coming your way after this break. We will see you then.
Our scissors, basically it's our cutters. Basically it will cut the A post, B post in that car. Most of us already know what to do, but if we have some to your left. Sit down. You fit right into it, bro. You're on, go into the environment, and it's not like the movies. Everybody goes, it's just like the movies, the car's right over there. That's not true. Oh no. 3, 2, 1, fight. Wow. Oh. Nice. Nice. Shots. Nice. Nice. It's a natural. We're going to the Academy. First hit.
Halftime here presented by Courtyard by Marriott La Vista. It is the Battle of the Birds. Union Omaha and Forward Madison, 45 minutes done. We're in the halftime break right now, so let's revisit some of the accolades collected in last week's action. First off, here is Team of the Week. A lot of presence in the back for these two teams. Jake Kroll and Charlie Ostrom in the back line, and then of course Rashid Nuhu between the sticks in Team of the Week. But on top of that, also Matt Glazer winning Coach of the Week for Forward Madison. A lot of accolades going his way as of late with the way they've been able to turn around and make this push here at the end of the season. But these aren't the only awards. We also have Goal of the Week and Save of the Week. In case you missed them, you didn't watch the games last week, we've got them here for you now. So let's go take a peek.
And Mensah, roll Papa Mensah! Sprung over goal by Rashid Nuhu. A save for the ages in Union Omaha. Kempis Tequila to strike! And what a strike it is! Effortless! Simply effortless from the talisman! Leans back, what a hit!
Here's Wilson! He stays out and the Roots have a lead!
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water unique? It's our commitment to making our bottles from at least 50% recycled plastic. In fact, Crystal Geyser is the only beverage company in the U.S. to exclusively own and operate 2 plastic recycling facilities. And you can help us make an impact too by always remembering to recycle your bottles. Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Simple, but not easy.
Tomorrow, we've been expecting you. At TrueStage, we've been preparing for tomorrow for almost a century, helping businesses give their customers, members, and clients what they need to move forward with confidence. Because for us, the future brings possibility, protection, innovation, growth. With financial solutions across insurance, investments, and technology, the people you serve can take on tomorrow, today. So what are you waiting for? Tomorrow, here we come.
Halftime, here we go. It's 1-0 in favor of Union Omaha. Halftime show brought to you by Courtyard by Marriott La Vista. Mark Schotzer with you on ESPN+. Let's take a look at what is going on across the league, both USL League One and just the USL as a whole. The league just keeps growing. We've got 2 more announced teams, as far as also the return of Ayman Zayed going to Corpus Christi. What an ad that is. And it's great to have him back in the league, to be quite honest. I mean, Ayman Zayed, it's good for USL League One when he is involved. Always brings an electric personality and a great play style. And then Javier Garcia, on top of course, the teams being brought in, breaking a League One record. 6 penalty kick saves in a season. I mean, that's quite the accomplishment. So shout out to the goalkeeper and just to the growth of the league as a whole. And speaking of the league, let's take a peek at some of the score lines from over the weekend. Yesterday's results were pretty significant because it basically maintained the most possible contenders for those final playoff spots. Aviolta getting the win, Chattanooga staying hot in the race for the Players' Shield. And then we've been talking about some of these other results that have been taking place throughout today. And then tomorrow, Knoxville will have the opportunity to retake the top spot in the table should they get the win at home against Texoma. Let's just hope they don't have to have any penalty kicks, because Javier Garcia apparently knows how to knock him down whenever they come his way. Here's the Teriyaki Madness updated standings as it looks right now. A special congratulations to Portland Hearts of Pine, officially clinching a playoff spot in their inaugural year as a club in USL League One. So it's just so important that they're able to do that in their first year. Meanwhile, Forward Madison dropped down to 10th place as it stands right now. But again, they can get some points here. 3 points ideally. They would hop Charlotte Independence and take that 8th place spot. As for Union Omaha, they are currently sitting with a home game. But we've got 45 minutes of this home game to go. So what we'll do now is we're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have the highlights, the stats, and the second half kick here on ESPN+.
Oh, there's the rookie United States Formula driver Thomas Nordquist moving up the field. Certainly made his mark this season. Nordquist will finish this race amongst the from the very back of a chance, and it's still loose and knocked in.
To be a part of Nebraska Medicine
Hi, welcome. Good to see you.
is to be a part of something extraordinary.
Nebraska Medicine, how may I help you?
Because these are the doors
How are you?
that open doors
That went really well.
to growth and opportunity for each other and for our community. For those who know that the academic experience,
You know what? I agree.
the life experience that you get here is beyond what you can get anywhere
Doing
else.
great.
And that's exactly why here is where you belong. Nebraska Medicine, together extraordinary.
This just in, Union Omaha Soccer is back at Werner Park. Come out and join us for X-Cancer Racing Night on October 5th, Baird Home Bobblehead Giveaway on October 18th, and Fan Appreciation Night on October 25th. Whether it's the heart-stopping action, delicious concessions, or your Owls, the 2024 USL League One champions electrify the pitch. You don't just watch the action, you are the action, and we can't wait to see you. One city, one club, one means all.
We're running and ready to go here for the second 45 minutes of action on ESPN+. Trying to keep the blood pumping here. It's getting chillier and chillier as the night wears along in Pavilion. But we have got a heated second 45 minutes of action coming your way here. But first, let's take a look at what transpired in the first half. Mark Schoenster with you on ESPN+. Both sides would have their moments, but it was the Owls that had the better choice of opportunities. Ostrom, usually the one pulling the strings, had the chance to get his first goal in. A 1-0 lead, 45 more minutes to go, and the Owls having more possession, having more chances. There's still a couple of bright moments for Forward Madison, but nothing that has truly caused Rashid Nuhu to be frantic in his goalkeeping. And you know they're going to be aggressive going into this second half stretch. I know a lot of teams rooting for the Mingos' downfall in this game. AV Alta keeping their playoff hopes alive yesterday. Charlotte Independence trying to hang on to that 8th seed spot going into the final weekend. So those are two teams, along with the Greenville Triumph, that are going to be very pro Union Omaha in this game. Of course, Greenville playing right now, so they're not exactly thinking about this one too much, especially given the fact that that game is currently 1-0 in favor of Tormenta. And if that result holds, then Greenville don't have to care about this game because they'd be eliminated. Meanwhile, for Union Omaha, FC Naples are their main competition because the odds are they will be playing each other in the playoffs. The question is, where will that game be played? Will it be played on the West Coast in South Florida, or will it be here? And I think that's a pretty significant difference, and you're going to like your chances if you're able to play at home for either team. Right now, they're in a 0-0 draw with Spokane, which slides the Owls over top of FC Naples, both tied at 45 points. The Owls with the wins tiebreaker. So, should the Owls hold this result, they'd be the ones in control going into the final weekend of the season to get that 4 seed. And if that FC Naples and Spokane Velocity result holds, there is also the off chance that the Owls could even go up a step further, because they would be playing Spokane next weekend and they could hop Spokane into the 3rd seed. So, I mean, there's still some movement that could be had just outside of going up 1 spot or down 1 spot. But once you get to the end of the season, that mobility across the standings gets tighter and more difficult to do. Vibes are high at Werner Park, and they should be. The team has been clicking in recent months. They've got a 1-0 lead. Can they hang on to it? Now be the Owls going left to right, and they will start with the ball. We are back in action here on ESPN+. Mingo's going right to left. Once again, Mark Schoenster with you here. Let's see if we've got any sort of tension and drama in this one as it unfolds. There certainly is some underlying as the match stands right now. Omaha, we'll see how they tackle this second half, because you know Madison are going to be aggressive. But how do the home side, the side that has the lead, manage this match as it goes further? Owusu rolls it forward. Schneider keeps it going. Now Villader will pick up the loose pieces. Madison recently coming into fortune, 3 straight wins into this match. They've added some faces, got some loanees. Matt Glazer told me the last 6 weeks we've started to acclimate and put it all together. But the big thing was, even when things weren't going well, there was no capitulation from this squad. Although perhaps third-party observers were starting to count them out. They never counted themselves out, and they've been adaptable. They've stuck together. And they're going to have to show some more of that no-quit mentality here in this one. And I think it's a very fair argument to make. This might be the toughest team to beat in the league at the moment in Union Omaha. I know they're currently in a tentative 4th place, so that puts 3 teams above them in the standings, but you ask people around the league, you look at their recent form, I don't know if you want to be playing these guys right now, especially once we get to knockout football. Murphy keeps a hold of the ball, rolls it back to Brown. Brown with the cross. Owusu gets up in front of Gebhard. Vincenzo Candela hoping to continue the rich tradition of success that this Owls team has had ever since they've joined the league. Player shield's out of reach this year, but they're looking to gear themselves up in as nice a spot as possible going into the postseason. Boyce rolling it across the middle. It'll be a foot race to get over to the ball. And Villader slides in with the challenge. He thinks it clipped off of Dion Akov, but it does not appear he'll get that call. So instead, it'll be the right back who will get things restarted here. Yeah, I think that came off of Villader last. That's still in play, and now it's not. Akov along with Ostrom, the 2 fullbacks, have a lot of lease to be aggressive going forward. Throughout the years, Dion Akov has shown just how exciting a player that he can be on the attacking end. And Charlie Ostrom has more than demonstrated that throughout this season. A player that is tied for the league lead in assists coming into the day with 9. At the top of the numbers in chance created and crosses. And here's a ball serviced into the middle. courtesy of that very man, Charlie Ostrom. Also been very consistent throughout the year, has just missed one match going into this one today. Has started every match he's played in. Over now 2,400 minutes played. Akoff. All knocked away, and that's not even including the Jägermeister Cup and the Open Cup. There's a look at that man, number 20. Rolling it forward to Ors Navarro. Ostrom has it again. Charlie Ostrom leaves it for Kasim. A rifled effort, blazing wide. Prosper Kasim waiting at the top of the 18. Ostrom lays it off for him. He was looking for assist number 10 on the year. Kasim, his 5th goal. Gebhard has some options in the box, tries to feed them. He has it again. Villader has it chipped back to him. Damia Villader across the middle. No one could receive it. Now Nico Brown. Brown on a bad-looking ball, swatted down by Nuhu, and he collects the loose ball, stretching out one hand to claim it the first time around. Trying to crane it in. Does a good job, though, of knocking that ball into a space where there isn't a player to immediately tap it. And then he can do the rest after that. Nico Brown rolls this one in the middle for Aiden Macias. Such a tidy midfield Madison as Villader does well to actually bring that one down with his chest, at least within his vicinity. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. The drumming doesn't stop here in Omaha. We're going to get another yellow card, and this time it's going to go to the center back, Jason Ramos, stepping in on that challenge. His 4th yellow card, and now 11 appearances with the Mingos this season. His 2nd stint with Forward Madison after 5 appearances in 2023. Just stepping through Stefano Pino. So that's going to be a free kick right around where we would be kicking things off to start the first and second half. A yellow card brought to you by Alamo Drafthouse Cinemas. Schneider rolls it out to Ostrom. There's been a big emphasis this year on taking care of their bodies, Union Omaha. It's always a rough travel schedule for the teams that are further out west. There's a lot more distance you end up covering throughout the year. So you gotta be on point with that, and Ostrom in particular has been a wonderful professional in that regard. I mentioned earlier he's only missed one game this season, played over 2,400 minutes. He's earned the trust of the coaching staff, and he's shown his hunger to improve his craft every single day, and he's proven that they need him. He creates chances, they need his crosses, and this is an Omaha team that loves utilizing those kinds of passes, and he provides them. Ors Navarro from distance. Ambitious, to say the least. Sergio Ors Navarro, the lone goal scorer in this game thus far. With the head off the corner kick. Giving his team a lead that you would describe as fair. We are dialed in here at Werner Park. Omaha, as the standings currently are concerned, sitting in 4th place, tied with 5th place FC Naples. Those roles were swapped coming into the day. As of right now, still a pending draw between Naples and Spokane Velocity. That's a game that's pretty important to the Owls, and right now it's going enough the way of Union Omaha that they have the ability to be in the driver's seat as far as a home game is concerned going into the final match of the season. But of course, that's all looking at other games. There's still a lot of work to be done here. Schneider rolling it up ahead. Pino all by himself in the right channel. Pino into the 18, plays it inside, knocked down by Lapsley, but the cleanup crew is there for Union Omaha. Now they're comfortable, 2-0 up. Causing some havoc. Loose ball in the penalty area. The goalkeeper already down. And now the Owls are feeling really good about where they stand. Cue the smoke. It's another goal brought to you by Hurrdat Sports Bar. The outside of his boot, or more so a toe poke from Pino, plays it in. And Ryan Betcher is there to finish this one off. His 7th goal of the season. The loanee from St. Louis City too. And Union Omaha continue to demonstrate why every other team in the league should shudder at the thought of playing them. So just moments prior, saying that this is still work to be done for Union Omaha, but they've certainly made the job easier with that one. It's a great ball to Pino after it was won back. They go quick. Pino plays it in the middle. Lapsley is only able to knock it away temporarily, but it's still right for taking. And Ryan Betcher was more than happy to step to it. Play will go on. Player knocked over. Ors Navarro trying to carry that forward with his chest. 2 substitutions readying for forward Madison. have to put their foot on the gas. Murphy. Viadair trying to slip it in. It'll be a corner kick. Having just conceded moments ago, putting yourselves in a bit of a hole. Can the Mingos find an immediate response? Put this game into question once again as we are hitting 60 minutes transpired. John Murphy being given a yellow card after that sequence, his 10th of the season. Yellow card brought to you by Almo Draft House Cinemas. Boyce rips it in the center, and it only finds a black jersey. Viadair. Another service. That'll take a bounce. Not too much danger there in the follow through, and now go back to Union Omaha. Changes waiting in the wings for Matt Glazer's side. You know that they need some extra juice out there on the pitch. Rocketed shot off target, but it had some venom. Luca Dorado trying to check in with a banger. Unfortunately for him, it's going to be the end of his night now, so that'll be the last chance he'll have in this game. Dorado out for Garrett McLaughlin, and then Isaac Anking will sub on for John Murphy. Murphy having just gotten a yellow card, so I won't have to worry about that anymore, and Anking will be looking to see if Idoloni from Rhode Island can add a spark for forward Madison here. Get much going here in the second half as Macias rolls it up to McLaughlin, the substitute. Well, that could have been very dangerous. The Owls will end up reaping the rewards of it either way. Getting the ball back just moments later. Akoff. He'll take anybody on. Dion Akoff whipping it across the center. And it's chested out by Timmy Mell. Union Omaha will take another set piece here. There's just so many problems that this Union Omaha team pose as we get this Modelo corner kick. Just when you think you've had to consider all the different dangerous players and possibilities, that suddenly you have to remember that another one of the players has some of that explosiveness. So you could think about that midfield and the attacking players for Union Omaha, and then suddenly you've got Akoff and Ostrom to worry about. That one will go wide. Or if you focus out on the wings and you're worried about Ors Navarro and Ostrom, Kasim and Akoff, then suddenly, look out, here's Ryan Betcher, Max Schneider and company. McLaughlin takes a tumble there, and it does look like there was a hand on the back there from Dion Akoff. This time action will be quickly resumed. Kasim able to settle that one down nicely with space about him. Snap. Doesn't quite hit that one the way he would have liked, but Union Omaha very quick to win it back. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team. play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. With those substitutions being made by Forward Madison, obviously some more adapting will be done. Something that they've been doing throughout the season, game by game. The players are talking about how different teams obviously are going to play in different ways, and also you can account for the different pitches, whether it be turf or grass, how fast does the surface play, what are the field dimensions. So the question they ask every game is, what is available for us to do? And then they build around that. And it's not about changing who you are each game, because they have underlying principles that they operate with, but it's how do you utilize your principles? What form will it take in this game? Because different teams are going to give you different things. Aggressive there from Boyce. Macias has Villader running. Villader into the middle. Back to Damia Villader. And he rips that one off the post. Brown. Not a lot of room to operate. Charlie Ostrom locking down. Boyce cuts it into the middle. Booted away by Coleman. And now more effectively cleared. After a couple of faux interventions from Union Omaha, could lead you to believe that perhaps that spell was over, but Madison was collecting the second balls and keeping the opportunity going. Oh, it's so close from Villader there. And being good on second balls is one of the big things Matt Glazer emphasized for his team in this game in particular. So doing well there in that moment, but ultimately the Owls doing better. And doing better is how they've been recently, and you could do better as well if you enter these sweepstakes, so be sure to scan the QR code. Special shout out to Best Western, official hotel partner of the USL. Excitement on the pitch building up, but also excitement for fans as well. Play will go on, and now the whistle will sound. Cole will backtrack after a collision. He's guilty of a shove in this instance. It'll be a free kick for Union Omaha. Pino cutting it into Schneider. Schneider back to the top of the 18. Betcher lays it off. Ors Navarro goes down. And now it'll be a free kick for the Mingos. They'll retake quickly. Villader. CS now with it as it's jarred free. And the Owls tried to spring quickly. Ors Navarro and Betcher on the same page there. McLaughlin taken to ground. Free kick for the Mingos. Just over 20 minutes left to go in this game. Foul committed by Brent Coleman, the 35-year-old center back from Omaha. Boyce and Macias. Probably looking for that man. And some of the bigger bodies. It's played short. Chipped up into the air. Chested down. Still in the box. Now knocked away. Tried to sneak that one into a good pocket, and ultimately the Owls able to manage, which is what they've been able to do throughout this game. They've kept it tight on Madison. They haven't been able to combine, at least not cleanly, throughout this game. And then when they've had the ball, they've been very good about moving it about, causing some disruption and mayhem for Madison when they're set up in their back five. Kroll glancing it off of Akoff. He prepares for launch. Kroll headed back out by McLaughlin. He'll send it in a second time. Well, you gotta do well here. There are some Owls swarming in. Another cross from Kroll. Once again, Union Omaha stubborn in their box defending. I mean, there's not too much to poke holes through when it comes to how the Owls have played in this game. 11 shots, 6 of them are target. 2-0, obviously. Madison has just had 3 shots and 1 on target as the Owls are once again pushing forward. Pino stepping in, now shooting, and Lapsley gets a swat on it. Prosper Kasim, Stefan Pino and company all making the run down. Pino trying to pick out that far post. And worth noting, Sergio Ores Navarro is lurking for the rebound. Should Wallace Lapsley smack it back into play? He may have been close to being offside, by the way, Sergio Ores Navarro. But it will be a Modelo corner kick. That went off an Owl, so it'll go back to the visitors. Some more substitutions getting ready. This time for each unit. As we are under 20 minutes to go in this one. 2 goals from Union Omaha. One at the end of the first half for Sergio Ores Navarro, and one in the second half to make it more comfortable. Ryan Betcher doing well. Kasim. This one dribbles through. And play will go on. I believe if Pino ended up getting more possession there, the flag would have gone up. So those substitutions will now be executed. Let's see. Faraday Sosa and Michael Chilaka getting prepared. So Jason Ramos and Damia Villader will exit. So Omaha, although we're readying, they had substitutions ready, but they opted not to fire them off there. Union Omaha. It was going to be just one change, and they've updated it to 2, and they'll just opt to do it in the same window. Brown serves it in. Kasim. Knocking this one out to Dion Akoff. So there's now been 4 changes for forward Madison. And we're waiting the first 2 substitutions for Union Omaha here. Still 0-0 between FC Naples and Spokane Velocity, which bodes well for Union Omaha. Currently sit in 4th place going into the final weekend of the season. Meanwhile, it's now 2-0 in favor of South Georgia Tormenta, so they are currently in the process of eliminating the Greenville Triumph from playoff contention. All right, here are the first 2 changes of the evening for the home side. Prosper Kasim out for Ryan Jiba. And then Isidro Martinez, Cello Martinez as they call him, will sub into the match for Ryan Betcher, our second goal scorer in this match. Betcher doing well to crash into the penalty area and pick this one up. He recognized the loose ball and he smashes it home. And if you think he was excited to see that ball loose, you betcha he did. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. As much as I love the game day experience, if you're not trying to weather through the storm, just tune in with us here on ESPN Plus or CBS Sports, wherever the game is being aired, especially now that we're getting into the postseason. Though I still highly encourage, if you have the opportunity to go to a game, no better way to witness the beautiful game than that. Gebhard, just a loose dribble there, and afforded enough space for Coleman to slide in and knock it out of his clutches. Martinez connects with Ors Navarro. Sergio Ors Navarro bags a brace. It's been all Omaha all day. Through the rain, it doesn't matter. Union Omaha make it 3 goals on the night. This goal brought to you by Hurrdat Sports Bar. And the smoke still firing here in the rain. The fans that stuck around are rewarded with another goal scored by Sergio Ors Navarro. Now into double figures in League One season. That's what Wallace Lapsley is going to want to have back. But as a goal scorer, your job is to challenge. Sergio Ors Navarro challenges the goalkeeper, and he cashes in. Gebhard plays it in the middle. Brown tries to rip it back towards goal, and it's off target. Sergio Ors Navarro. just been such a fantastic season for him. Yellow card being issued to Max Schneider in the fallout. His 14th yellow card of the season. Certainly something he'll want to clean up as the year goes along, though, of course, we're at the end of the season, but certainly something that he's not trying to continue to maintain. It's his third brace of the season, by the way, Ors Navarro. Having scored braces in back-to-back games in September, and now he's got another one here. Over 90 appearances with WVU, the all-time leader in appearances. And just from front to back, Union Omaha have once again thoroughly impressed in this game. It is a deluge out there right now at Warner Park, just like it's been a deluge of chances. $16 shots, 8 on target, to just 6 and 1 on target for Madison. Ors Navarro chips it through. Going into the final game of the season, the Owls will stay at home. They'll be hosting Lee Viedman and Spokane Velocity. Ball played across the center, and no one's there to receive it. A handful of substitutions getting ready here in the last 10-minute window of the game. Doesn't look like it'll take place yet, though. Here's one of those changes. Juan Galindrez will be subbing into the match for Devin Boyce. Galindrez, longtime goal scorer in USL League One. Get another bite at it here. The Colombian subs on. We're going to get 3 changes also for Union Omaha. Lawrence Wotton stepping on for Dion Akoff, so Mr. Bobblehead will be going to the bench. Pato Batelafaz will be subbing on for Stefano Pino. And then lastly, Mark Bronick in. And the man with the brace, Sergio Ors Navarro, will be out. So 3 changes now for Vincenzo Candela as we get into the closing stretch of this match. So it'll be the end of the evening for Sergio Ors Navarro. Whom has had just quite the surge here in the latter half of the season. In this past month, so I guess a month and a day, because it was September 17th that he really started getting going. Sergio Ors Navarro has scored 7 goals in the span of 31 days. That's a striker who is in a run of form. He's had 3 braces in that span of time, so when he gets one, the odds have been that he's going to get a second. And he's just one of many dangerous options on this Owls team. They always do such a fantastic job, Union Omaha, of constructing just such a stellar roster year after year. Ball kept in play by Bronick. Mark Bronick, the youngster, took an entry into the penalty area, and it's knocked out for a corner kick by Macias. So, another Modelo corner kick for Union Omaha. Anything from here on out would be window dressing for the Owls. Ostrom will provide the service. So once again, Macias who gets on the end of it, but he's ushered into a corner. Sosa playing it up the pitch, and it falls back to Bronick. Bronick cuts in the middle. Martinez dancing, firing. It's friendly fire at the end of the day. Now Ostrom whipping into the middle, tapped away, wind up shot, and it ends up being well off target. I saw a little bit of Faraday Sosa there, some Chela Martinez, guys who used to play for the other team. Kroll. Rolls that one back to Macias, who lost over the right-hand side. Now the cross will be caught by Nuhu, who at this point is trying to claim his 7th clean sheet of the season. That's really all that's left to accomplish in this one for Union Omaha. Unbeaten streak in great shape to continue here. Looking to make it 11 going into the final game of the regular season. Last time they lost was August 16th. Against one Knoxville, who are currently in the conversation for the Players' Shield, so not a shabby loss there. Bronick curling that one in, and it's claimed once again by Wallace Lapsley, who's had a lot to do this evening. And an Omaha barrage throughout the match. Ref is going to say that's incidental contact. There were some appeals for a handball there. Sosa. Gebhardt finds some space over in the left channel. Can he do anything with it? He'll chop it up. He's looking for McLaughlin.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attendance for tonight's match, 3,264. Thank you for supporting.
You probably hear over the PA over 3,200 fans in attendance, 1,000 of them lucky enough to get a Dion Akoff bobblehead. That's one I'd love to have in my possession, by the way, a Dion Akoff bobblehead. That'd be great. Brandon Knapp with some room to run. Out to Bronick. The Owls go all the way back. Owusu will push it forward once again. Our fourth official indicating 4 more minutes will be tacked on here. I know you couldn't see it there, but just trust us. It's 4 minutes. Nearly another moment for Omaha to try to find a fourth. Ryan Jiba, the substitute, was hoping to get his second goal of the season in league play. Yeah, that's one he would have liked to have at least put his laces through or actually get it off his boot. Martinez. Back to Ostrom as the Owls continue to have their way. Jiba tried to have a turn there. So for forward Madison, looking at this game, certainly not the performance you were hoping to output in this match. You're down to 10th place as it stands right now. It's a race between you, the Charlotte Independents, and AV Alta on the final match day of the season, unless Greenville have a heroic comeback here in the final stages of their game. As this one slips through, Bronick earns another corner kick. The Charlotte Independents will have a 2-point advantage on both AV Alta and forward Madison, so it'll be a situation where Charlotte's gonna have to drop some points. As a matter of fact, they're gonna need to lose because they will have the wins tiebreaker no matter what happens. As this Modelo corner kick is swerved inside, and it's 4 for the Owls. Just been a complete performance from Union Omaha. And moments after Ryan Jiba missed an opportunity, he makes the most of this one. That goal brought to you by Hurrdat Sports Bar. Lots to celebrate about here in Papillion. Had to take a boot to the head as he lunged for the ball. But Ryan Jiba, I guess it was more so a leg to the head upon further review. But either way, Ryan Jiba lunging in, doing what he could to knock that one through. 4-0 Omaha. So as I was saying, this is a tough result for Madison. They're going to need all 3 points in their final game of the season. They're going to need Charlotte to lose, and AV Alta currently have the advantage over them in goal differential, so they're going to need AV Alta to miss something as well. The Mingos will be going on the road for a Henny Derby. The Richmond Kickers will be hosting them. You know they're not going to want to afford them any reason for joy. The chanting continues here from the Parliament. The final whistle sounds, and Union Omaha continues their domination here in USL League One. 4-0 the final score. It was sharp, it was cruel, and it was wonderful soccer from front to back for Vincenzo Candella's side. Merciless at home. 11 games unbeaten now for Union Omaha, the hottest team in USL League One. And they're looking to be scorching hot going into the postseason. And one of the players who can also be described in a very similar manner is the man who scored 2 goals in this game. He's also, as you would expect, our man of the match. Brought to you by Platinum Chiropractic, Sergio Ors Navarro. I don't know if y'all have heard, but Mountaineers go first, and he went first in this game, finding the opening goal, and he'd get a second one in the process. A brace, his 3rd brace in his rookie season. And he is a tough cat to keep at bay. And this is a tough team to knock out, or even to stay in the dance with. 4-0, what a performance from this unit, Union Omaha. I mean, there's not much more to add on there. They've just been so impressive. We do have a little bit more content to discuss with you here on ESPN Plus. We've got some post-game coverage brought to you by the Blackstone District. 4-0, your final score. We'll see you on the other end of this break.
Mi nombre es Josué Aaron Gómez y soy del Paso, Texas. Creo que significaría mucho para mí, para mi futuro. Creo que al terminar mi carrera futbolística, creo que poder implementar lo que voy a aprender en la escuela, creo que eso va a ser muy importante para mí y para mi futuro.
It's an age-old tradition, sneaking a taste before it's ready to serve. But when you see the Finest Reserve label, you just can't help yourself. Because you know an immersive, unexpected flavor experience awaits. The passion and the creativity are felt and tasted in every bite, twisting contemporary cuisine in satisfying new ways. It makes it almost impossible not to want to taste it before the meal. Finest Reserve. Every flavor tells a story.
On the line. Wow.
Back center.
Right guard.
Damn, right guard, bro. No, it's me.
Nice. Hey, looks like me. Not in the slot. Next in the slot's wide open. Oh yeah, Jensen. Oh yeah, Jensen. Oh.
No matter which football it is, it looks good for Union Omaha. 4-0 your final score here. Brought to you by the Blackstone District. Mark Schoenster with you on ESPN Plus as we wrap things up here from Werner Park. It was a windy one throughout 90 minutes, but the wind was on the side of the Owls' wings. First off, the corner kick right at the end of the first half. Up to this point, they'd been knocking, they'd been close, but they finally convert. Sergio Ors Navarro gets his first of 2 on the evening. Is carrying that one past Wallace Lapsley to open the account on the evening. And then it would just keep on coming for Union Omaha in the second half. Spillage from Wallace Lapsley, and Ryan Betcher smashes it home. You see a loose ball in that kind of opportunity, you're gonna scream towards it. And Ryan Betcher did his worst. And Ors Navarro got the second of his 2 goals on the evening, keeping the goals coming for Union Omaha. But they're not going to keep their foot, or they're not going to take their foot off the gas, I should say. They're going to keep them coming. And the Owls would get one more before everything was said and done in what really was an impressive and oppressive showcase in front of their home fans. Ryan Jiba gets his 2nd goal of the year. He had an opportunity to score moments earlier, couldn't get it done. He does it there. Here are your full-time stats brought to you by Pepsi. 20 shots, 9 on target. I mean, that's an onslaught. 8 corner kicks, tons of crosses. Union Omaha with a 1.88 expected goal to Madison's just 0.28. So a couple of chances being converted there that maybe the numbers would suggest this could have been a little closer, but the eye test checks out and these numbers check out. Union Omaha are dominating, and no matter who you put up against them, they are performing. They're putting up great shows no matter who is against them, and now they sit in 4th place, a point above FC Naples, whom have just recently been knocked out 1-0 by Spokane Velocity, so the Owls have a 1-point advantage going into the final weekend, and they'll be hoping to secure that 4th place spot. No longer able to catch Spokane Velocity for the 3rd seed, but that is where all the cards lie. We talked about the Madison situation going into the final whistle. They need some help. They need 3 points going into the final match of the season against the Kickers. Meanwhile, it'll be a home game against Spokane Velocity for Union Omaha on the final day of the season. Well, this is where our show will end. It was quite the show put on by Union Omaha, but for our entire broadcasting crew, my name is Mark Schoenster. We thank you for tuning into this one. Your final score, 4-0 in favor of Union Omaha. You all have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.